Hello, welcome to another video from EarnPed.com. I'm Stevie B. Happy to have you all with me today as we continue our series on getting started with Planet Cyrene. So today is going to be the first of several videos about blueprints and crafting. We want to take this step by step because there's a lot of very important information and a lot of nuanced information that is going to help us play smarter, not harder. So guys, let's take some big sips and jump right into it. So guys, I will tell you up front that the blueprints from the Blueprints Terminal here on Cyrene is bugged. This is something the development team knows about. This is something Mindark knows about. It has been a thing for a while now. It is not an exploit. It is something they have said they will probably fix, but who knows when they will fix it. It could be quite a while. So if you will stay with me to the end of today's video, I will explain how we can take advantage of this both short-term and long-term to play smarter, not harder, and then I will let you guys choose which method works best for you. So the first thing we want to do is come to any Blueprints terminal. Now this is going to get us started with crafting on Planet Cyrene. We've already talked about hunting, we've already talked about our Arc faction badges and doing our daily hunting ultimate circuit. We've talked about some mining that we can do. So this is going to be the starting point for our crafting here on Planet Cyrene. So we open the terminal, and we see that we have several different categories, so let's go through them one at a time. We're going to start with Arc Blueprints. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to buy one of these Blueprints Arc books. This is going to be the book that we're going to keep these blueprints in. Now, the blueprints that we have are Scout Helmet, Scout Harness, Scout Arm Guards, Gloves, Boots, Shin Guards, and Thigh Guards, and then Light Power Cell. Now, none of these blueprints right here that we're looking at, none of these have the bug or the glitch that we're going to be talking about. And these first few, all the ones that have Scout in the name, this is the basic armor crafting on Planet Cyrene. Now, personally, as of right now, I am unaware of any reason to really use these particular blueprints. So I went ahead and I got one of each just to have it, but I have not actually personally made any of these yet because as of right now I don't have a need for them. However, that doesn't mean I'm not going to have a need in the future. So I went ahead and grabbed them and I filled up my art book. But then the one at the bottom, Light Power Cell, that is a blueprint we're going to be using, and we're probably going to be using it on a fairly regular basis. So that's one we want to be absolutely sure to get. So since they're only one peck each because they're starting with quality rating 1 as brand new blueprints, then just go ahead and grab one of each. Throw them in your Arc Blueprints book and we'll move on to the next one. Now the next one is Imperium Blueprints. So we're going to start by getting the Imperium Blueprints book for one ped, and we're going to keep all of these blueprints right here in the book. Now let's take a look at these one at a time. There's the Enkid Dire S1. Again, we can purchase this. Let me pull this up a little bit higher because you guys are going to need to see this. We can purchase this one for one peck. It's going to start off at quality rating 1. And then we also have the Enkid Fang S1. So if we look at it, we see that all of a sudden something weird happened. Notice that all of them up to this point have only had one peck of cost, and you could only select 1 through 9. Well, this is where the glitch comes into play. Starting with this Enkid Fang S1, we can actually purchase 100 of these. So let me show you guys my inventory, and I will show you guys what happens when we purchase these. So let's say I wanted to purchase the Dire S1, the one before that. So one pack, I buy it. It pops into my inventory. Here it is right here. And we can see that the quality rating, let me pull it up just a little bit higher so you guys can see. The quality rating is 1.0. So it's a quality rating 1 out of 100. But now if we come down to the Enkid Fang S1, notice that it says that we can buy up to 100 for one ped, right? So check this out. If we buy 100, it pops into inventory. And what's the quality rating? 100. Not one, an automatic quality rating 100 right out the gate. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. Wow, I could just come to Cyrene and buy all these up and I could sell them on auction. No, because look at what they did to offset this issue. If you notice up here in the corner, see how it says 100 right here? Normally that's what happens when you have limited blueprints that are stacked. Now notice this is an unlimited blueprint. Notice that if you're looking at the name right below my arrow where it says Nkidfeng S1 L blueprint, there's not an L after the word blueprint. That means this is an unlimited blueprint. But Mindark and the development team, because they know that it automatically gives you this bug when you buy 100, it spits it out as a quality rating 100 blueprint. They've added this little 100 over here in the top left corner of the blueprint to make them stack like a limited blueprint would. Which means that if you were to put this on auction, it doesn't treat it as an unlimited blueprint where you can add horrendous markup for something that's quality rating 100. It means if you put it on auction, it treats it as a limited blueprint that's just been stacked 100 times. Now we can actually take the blueprint terminal, instead of buying 100, we could only buy a single unit. And if we buy a single unit, notice that the quality rating is indeed 1, which is proper. That is how it should be. It should not be able to do this weird thing where if we buy 100, it spits out a single 100 quality rating blueprint, but it does. Now, what's weird is we can't split this blueprint. Notice that there's no ability for me to split it. And if I buy another one, another single unit, notice it'll let me stack it, but it won't turn around and let me split it. But notice that when I stacked it, the quality rating went up to 2.0. So what does that mean? Well, that means if you're going to try and buy these and sell them on auction, that is a really stupid move. That is a really, really bad idea. It's not going to work for you. There are people who try and do it. I see people try and do it in-game all the time. I see the auction on a daily basis, and I see people trying to do this exact thing, but it won't work for you. Mindark has done that thing where in the top left-hand corner, it tells you exactly how many there are. So even though the quality rating is set to 100, which is great for us if we're going to be using it to craft, because it's going to put us at max quality rating right out the gate without any effort on our part. But if you try and use this glitch to make money off auction, it's not going to work for you, because this little 100 in the top left-hand corner is essentially treating it for auction purposes and trade purposes like a limited blueprint. And we can't split this. We can't turn around and separate it out into multiple blueprints, so it's just this one blueprint for us, right? So that being said, this is a glitch we can take advantage of. I'll tell you how later on in the video. But for now, let's go back to looking at the blueprints we want to buy. So after we get our Nkidfeng S1, which we're going to want to just buy 100, that way we've got a quality rating 100 blueprint. We can do the exact same thing with the Pilot Scorpion rank 4 blueprint. And we can do the exact same thing with the Imperium issue 400 blueprint. And we can do the exact same thing with the Pattern Shirt Series 1 blueprint. Then we're going to move on to the Imperium Key Cube blueprints. Now these blueprints are very important to our crafting here on Planet Cyrene. They're going to be important to a lot of upgrade missions and other things we're going to be doing. So we're going to want to get one of each of these. We're going to want to get the cube component 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blueprints. And then we're going to want to get one of the Imperium Key Cube blueprints. And we're going to want to put these in the appropriate book for our blueprints for the components. Now, unfortunately, these do not have the glitch, so you just buy one of each. They cost 1 peg each, and they start at quality rating 1. And it's unfortunate that these don't have the glitch, because it would be super helpful if they did, because those are very important blueprints. Then we're going to go to Blueprints Trillion. Again, we're going to start off by buying the book. We're going to buy a single Ozpin Filters blueprint. It does not have the glitch. A single Ozpin Matrix blueprint, Ozpin Lever, and a single Ozpin BP S1 X1 blueprint, as well as a single Ozpin Cold Protector Limited blueprint. Now we're going to get one of each of these. They'll all start off as quality rating 1 because they do not have the glitch, and we'll throw those in the Blueprints Trillion book. Next we have buy and for Cyrene. We'll get the Cyrene Blueprint book for 1 ped. We're going to want to get Cube Infused Hormone. This is one that we're going to be using on daily missions. And we're going to want Cube Empowered Lube, which we will also be using on daily missions. And we're going to want Cube Enhanced Metal. Now, all 3 of these will be used in daily missions. None of these have the glitch, so 1 peck each starts off at a quality rating 1. We'll also go ahead and pick up a Cube Fortified Motherboard Blueprint for 1 peck, and a Cube Infused Calcium Blueprint for 1 peck. But then notice we have the CBR 107 Limited Blueprint Limited, and notice that we can buy up to 9,999,999 of these. So it'll actually max us out at 1 million. I guess if I really wanted to, I could spend 10,000 ped to buy 10,000 or 1 million attempts of the CBR 107 Limited. So this is a limited blueprint. So this is not going to have the same glitch that we were working with previously. So we're not going to need to buy 100 clicks of this. Now, you can, if you want, to just have 100 clicks on hand, and it'll only cost you 1 ped. But you also really don't need to purchase a single click. Personally, I just went ahead and purchased 100 clicks because it's a limited blueprint. So each click, as we craft, we'll only have 100 crafting attempts if we buy 100 clicks. And then once the blueprint's used up, it just goes bye-bye. It goes poof, right? So this is one of the blueprints that there will be a daily mission for. However, this is going to be one of the most difficult daily missions for us to complete. And it's one of the daily missions we will not complete very often. So honestly, if you just buy 100 clicks for 1 ped, then it will probably last you the better part of a year, or it should if you do everything correctly. So spend 1 ped, just get you 100 clicks and be done with it for the year, possibly even longer than a year. And then we're also going to have the blueprint right under that, the Embossed Cyrene Shirt Blueprint. Now this is an unlimited blueprint, and as you can see, it does have the glitch. So limited blueprints should have this ability to purchase a whole bunch of clicks. Unlimited blueprints should not. Unlimited blueprint should only let us select 1 through 9, and really they should just let you buy 1 because you really don't need more than that. But because this will let us purchase 100, if we purchase 100, it's going to spit out a quality rating 100 blueprint as a single blueprint. But again, for auction purposes, it will be treated as a stackable limited blueprint. So you can't go exploit this on auction. But we're going to want to purchase one of these. So we're going to set it to 100, spend 1 ped. That way we automatically get our quality rating 100 out of the way. Now, for those of you who are following me, but maybe you haven't been caught up to speed with quality ratings of your unlimited blueprints start at 1. And as you use the blueprint, it goes up to quality rating 100. And this has an effect on the returns that you get. And it can have up to about a 15% return. And when I say 15%, I mean TT return. So to get a quality rating 1 blueprint and only have max skills and let's say an 80% TT return versus having max skills and being able to start with a quality rating 100 blueprint and have a 95% return out the gate, that is tremendous because it can take 50, 60, 70, 80,000 clicks to get a blueprint from quality rating 1 all the way to quality rating 100. There are some blueprints in game, it takes the better part of 250,000 clicks to get from quality rating 1 to quality rating 100. So to be able to simply buy 1 blueprint for 1 ped and start off with a quality rating 100, that is a tremendous, tremendous value. That is an amazing value. So like we did previously, we're just going to set the clicker to 100, spend 1 ped, and have it spit out our quality rating 100 blueprint. Then we come to Cyrene Redux. We're going to go ahead and buy the Cyrene Redux blueprint book for 1 ped. We're going to buy Zorn Component A, Muscle Oil Compound B, Zorn Oil Mixture C, Base Synthetic Leather Texture, and Ore Skull Mallogram Blueprint. Now each of these are going to be 1 peck each. They will start off as quality rating 1. They do not have the glitch that we were able to use on the blueprints above. But we will want to get 1 of each of these. These first 3, Zorn Component A, Muscle Oil Compound B, and Zorn Oil Mixture C, these are going to be very, very, very important to our time here on Planet Cyrene. Base Synthetic Leather Texture is a specialty blueprint we will need later on, and we're probably going to want to use the Ore Skull Mallogram skull malogram, that's always a tongue twister, blueprint for some very specific missions we're going to be doing. So we're going to want to have these also. Now down at the bottom, you can buy universe blueprint books. You can buy a limited colorable blueprint book. You really don't need to. There's no reason to do that. This is something that if you do any crafting at all, you know you really don't need this item. And you should already have a component blueprint book. You should not need to buy an additional one here. Now there are a few of the blueprints like the Imperium Key Cube blueprints. You'll want to go back through all the blueprint books that we just bought and figure out which ones those fit into. But they should fit nicely into some of the other books that we purchased that we were talking about. Now, that will get us started. And this is almost all of the blueprints that we need right out the gate. There is one special exception to the rule that we cannot get from the blueprint terminal. It is a blueprint that we can only get through doing a mission. We will take a look at that in a video in a couple of days. It's going to be a very, very important blueprint, and that's going to be a blueprint we can only get one time. So we're going to be very, very careful to protect that and not lose it once we get it. But for today, we want to go ahead and get our books and our blueprints out of the terminal. And I wanted to show you guys this glitch where a lot of these blueprints that are unlimited blueprints, you can just purchase 100 of them and get a single quality rating 100 blueprint right out the gate instead of having to start with a single copy that's quality rating 1. And like I said, the one that always throws people is whenever we're looking at the CBR 107 limited blueprint limited, because you can buy so many, but that's because this isn't an unlimited blueprint. This is not following the same glitch. This is a limited blueprint, so this one truly is just letting you decide how many clicks you want to purchase. Now, I told you guys if you would stay with me to the end of the video, I would explain how we can use this to our benefit. So let me go to a crafting terminal here. And let me be sure you guys can see the crafting terminal. Okay, so here we go. So let's look at the very top two that I have. We can see that these are both the exact same shirt, and it's one that we were just looking at in the trade terminal, the Pattern Shirt Series 1 Limited Colorable Blueprint Unlimited. So this is one of the blueprints that we just bought out of the blueprint terminal, and this is one of the ones that does have the bug. So you notice that I have a copy up top that is quality rating 100. I went to the terminal, I selected it, and I selected 100 copies. It spit out a single copy that is quality rating 100. It only cost me 1 ped. And notice that since I have max skills, and since it comes out of the terminal with this glitch at quality rating 100, notice I am indeed at 95% success rate. Now notice that I had a previous copy that was obtained on a previous trip to Cyrene before this glitch happened, where I got 1 copy out of the terminal and it was quality rating 1 when I got it. And notice that I've actually used it quite a bit and got it up to quality rating 8.9. And even at quality rating 8.9, I've only got an 84.4% success rate. So I am losing about 11% of my TT value if I choose to use this older copy that only has an 8.9% success rate. Now, why is that important? Because when we look at the inputs, I'm going to try and drag this up as high as I can. One of the inputs is dire flaxenweed. I know you guys can't see it. So dire flaxenweed is one of the 3 inputs. The other ones being animal hide. Animal hide is very common, and the other one being sweat. Sweat's very common, but dire flaxenweed is not. Dire flaxenweed has a markup of about 250%. This is one of the materials that we get when we're doing that ultimate daily hunting circuit. We get this from the dire weeds that we hunt, and this is one of the materials that we want to keep in our loot from that ultimate circuit. Dire flaxenweed is used to make this shirt as well as several other shirts here on Planet Cyrene. And the markup is really good because it's not a super common drop. You do get a little bit here and there as you're doing that dire weed daily, but you don't get much of it. So it's really hard to get your hands on decent quantities of this stuff. So the reason that's important is because if I choose to use my lower level blueprint, I know I'm only going to get back 84.4% of my TT value long term versus 95% return long term if I use this better quality rating blueprint because I took advantage of the glitch in the blueprint terminal. That means that with this first blueprint, I'm going to get back a lot more dire flaxenweed, theoretically, on my near successes than I would on the second blueprint. It also means that I'm going to have a lot more near successes and successes on the first blueprint than I would on the second, which is going to save me more dire flax and weed there also. So this isn't just a glitch that allows us to take advantage of saving TT return and having this nice 95% number if we already have max skills to go with it, but it helps us save markup as well for a lot of these blueprints. Now, there are two schools of thought on this, and this is where you guys can take advantage of whichever one works best for you. There are some people that choose to use a lower quality rating blueprint, thinking that someday they're going to fix this glitch and you're going to end up with all of these blueprints getting split into 100 different blueprints. So they want to take a single blueprint and get the quality rating up slowly over time, even though they're going to be dealing with a lot of losses in order to do that. If that's how you guys believe, that is fine. I'm not going to tell anybody they're wrong because I don't know for sure. And if that's what you want to do, more power to you. But personally, I do not believe that is going to be the case. Personally, I believe that the smartest move to make, the move that I make currently, is I take advantage of the blueprints that the Blueprint Terminal spit out a quality rating 100. These are the ones that I use exclusively when I have an option to use either one. I always go with this one because I want to get the higher success rate right now. I want to save the markup right now. I want to have more successes and near successes right now. But it is also my belief that in the future, if they ever fix this glitch, which they might not, they might just leave it forever because of the way that they did it by having it also mimic a limited blueprint when you put it on auction, so you really can't take advantage of it financially by duping people. I don't believe they're ever going to split these. I believe that once you've got it out of the trade terminal, it's going to stay that way. Reason being is I cannot split it into 100 individual units. Once I get it out of the trade terminal, that's it. Now, if I've got less than a quality rating 100 sample out of the blueprint, I can stack them together, but I can't split them apart. So my personal belief is that they might never fix this, but even if they do, it's not going to hurt me. The odds are 99.99999% in my favor that if they ever fix this glitch, they're just going to leave my quality rating 100 blueprint alone. They're not going to create a bigger mess by fixing the glitch and then filling my inventory with 100 individual quality rating 1 blueprints. Even if they did that, then theoretically, it should take all of the success that I've accumulated over time, and it should attribute that to one out of those 100 blueprints. So if you are super duper extra cautious, if you're one of those people that is super risk averse, you're probably not playing Entropia Universe to begin with. This is probably the wrong game for you. But if you're the kind of person that checks your locks 900 times before you leave the house, then you would probably want to go with quality rating 1 blueprints and work them up over time, knowing that you're going to have pretty big losses and pretty big markup losses along the way. However, most people are going to want to take advantage of this to the fullest and just use the quality rating 100 blueprint that was originally spit out of the Blueprint Terminal right out the gate, knowing that even if they do ever get around to fixing this glitch, most likely it will just leave your blueprint intact, so you will never have an issue with it being less than quality rating 100. And even if they do try and split these blueprints up at some point into 100 individual blueprints, there's a high likelihood that 99 of them would be quality rating 1, but one of them would have a quality rating much higher because of all the successful attempts that would be attributed to that one out of the 100. Personally, if they fix it, I don't think they will ever split these blueprints. I think that if they ever fix this glitch, they will just leave the ones that we have their quality rating 100 as a single quality rating 100 blueprint. But even if they do end up splitting it at some point later down the road, the amount of PED that I am saving from having this much higher success rate and from saving the market by having more successes and near successes is vastly more valuable than any benefit I could reap later on from taking a single individual one and clicking it up slowly over time. I am saving thousands and thousands and thousands of PED by using these blueprints versus losing thousands and thousands and thousands of PED I would never get back by using a quality rating 1 and slowly grinding it up over time. So I'm going to leave it up to you as to which way you go with it. My recommendation is, like I said, I think everybody should be using the quality rating 100 that was spit out of the trade terminal that only cost us 1 PED to get our hands on. But it is up to you. So guys, that is everything about the blueprint terminal, trade terminal blueprints here on Planet Cyrene. We will be moving on in our video series into more about blueprints that we can't get out of the blueprint terminal, but that we will need. And we will get started with crafting so that we can really start enjoying some of the mission chains and things that Planet Cyrene has to offer in our next couple of videos. So for now, I'm going to leave it there. Sip, sip, smack, smack. You all know the rest. Head over to earnped.com because when you earn, we earn. But that is by far the best way you guys can help support us. Simply use the links on earnped.com to go to hideout.tv. Hideout will automatically add us as a redemption option for hideout points. But guys, please also do, as the banner says at the bottom of the screen, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. You only have to do it one time. It takes literally 1 second. It is absolutely free. And when you do, that keeps you up to date on all the newest content that we put out, all the newest videos that we release, all the newest things going on in Entropia, new events, new changes to the game, and ways to play smarter, not harder. And if you would, please, please, please hit that like button on every single video, as it goes a long way in helping us to combat the haters and the trolls that are out there. But guys, more importantly, you deserve to know the impact you're making. I make the videos. But you guys hitting that subscribe button, that bell icon, that like button on every single video, that is what gets us the exposure. That is what tells YouTube to start putting our videos in front of more people. And we're getting more and more reports every week from people emailing us saying, hey, please tell your viewers that I was messing around on YouTube. I was into PC games, real cash economy games, stuff like that. And I saw one of your videos pop up. I never even heard of Entropia before. But I started watching the videos. I started watching your channel. And now this is my hobby. Now it's my passion. I absolutely love this game. I wish I would have started 20 years ago. I just never heard of it before. So would you please tell your viewers the impact that they're making, because now I'm part of the game. I'm part of the community. I'm now part of the economy. And it's all because of your viewers hitting subscribe, like, and the bell icon. Would you please thank them for changing my life? So you guys deserve to know the impact that you guys are having sharing this game, this hobby, this passion of ours with other people who are finding a love of Entropia for the very first time. And it's all because of you guys. I could not do that without you. I make the content. You guys give us the exposure and the reach. And that means a whole lot. So guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. We have more coming both from Cyrene and off planet. I've got a lot of Arcadia content I want to get out to you guys. I've got Next Island content, Tulum content, and we've got some stuff going on Planet Calypso that's very, very, very exciting that I want to get out to you guys. So I'm going to leave it there for today, and we will be back with more for you later this week. Take care, Stevies.